Not just a table, but a piece of art. Today we're going to be looking at a late Georgian mahogany Pembroke table that was adapted and enhanced later during the Victorian period by Edwards and Roberts. It shows not only that antiques were retailed, but how they was improved by their retailers, which is an extraordinary side of antique history which is not often looked at. Hi, I'm Arthur from Knight Fine Antiques and Collectables. We're a UK-based fine and luxury antique dealership, specialising in furniture and objects from the 18th and 19th centuries of extraordinary provenance, of great quality and rarity. So today we'll explore this late Georgian mahogany Pembroke table as mentioned, and we'll look at what it is, its makers, so Edwards and Roberts, who are they, and we'll explore the details and history of its craftsmanship. Now, Pembroke tables, what are they? So these are a versatile piece of furniture, obviously a table. Now, typically you would find these at a side of a room. Was commonly found in bedrooms, drawing rooms. They can go in a hallway, in a lounge. They're a very versatile piece and can go anywhere in any home, and that is because of their practicality. So as you can see here, it's a great side table, but there's hinge flaps to each side. So that means the table surface can extend. So we'll do this side here. All you do, lift it up, and there's arms underneath which swing out and hold the tabletops up. This shows why it's such a great and wonderful practical piece for any home. Now, whilst I have this extended, we can see to the middle here is a lovely, beautiful pair of cherubs. And for those of you who don't know what these are angelic figures who represent playfulness and innocence. Surrounding these beautiful cherubs, which are to the centre, is these lovely sprays of floral, hand-painted decoration, which is throughout this piece. Not only is this tabletop covered with the lovely hand-painted decoration, it continues down the tapering legs and also onto the front of the drawer. To the frieze drawer, as I said, the hand-painted decoration continues. There's two brass handles, both rounded in shape, and have a flower shape impressed to the middle. Now, these brass handles was added later on by Edwards and Roberts. So we say later on, we've got to remember this table was a Georgian circa 1820 to 200 years old. Now, around 50 years after its creation, circa 1860 to 1880, Edwards and Roberts added all these adaptations to it, and that'll be all this hand-painted work, and also those key little features like the brass handles as I just described. The reason I say that is because it shows you their keen attention to detail in which they match brass handles with flowers to them, the lovely, beautiful tabletop which they'd implemented in a Sheraton-style. So continuing down from the drawer, it's got tapering legs. Now the hand paint work continues down these, as well as that little stringing, which is this little line, for those of you who don't know what stringing is, going around the side of the table. And this is normally another piece of wood, or in this case, hand painted detail surrounding this piece. So you can see that going down the legs. And at the very bottom of each leg is a caster, so wheels, so you can move this table about. About Edwards and Roberts. So Edwards and Roberts was a British cabinet making firm that was based in London in England. Now it was created by Thomas Edwards and William Roberts, and they're well renowned for their cabinet making brand new pieces at the time during the Victorian period, and also went into the Edwardian period, but they didn't operate much longer than that. And also for the world-renowned skill in restoring and improving older furniture, as we can see right here. With this amazing hand-painted decoration, there's also well-renowned for their inlay work and use of premium veneers, and using classical influences such as older cabinet makers and renowned makers from the Georgian period, such as your Sheraton, Hepworth and Adams styles. So in summary, Edwards and Roberts was a great British cabinet making firm who not only retailed furniture, but they also improved it and adapted pieces. And as we can see on the drawer, is stamped by them there, which on most pieces by Edwards and Roberts, you'll either find the stamp or they do have an ivory stamp as well. So what would you use this for? Would it be a side table, occasional table, or even like a small writing surface? Let us know in the comments below. Now, if you enjoy watching antiques with fascinating stories, extraordinary provenance, or with great designs, we post weekly videos with new pieces of furniture. Last week we've done an amazing King of Bavaria's hunting lodge mirror, so please check that out on screen now. And yeah, subscribe, like and follow us, and stay tuned as we post weekly videos with new antiques coming out with amazing histories, stories and just wonderful designs.